The Lost Song of A. Milfred Bluefrock. Preface 1. As I looked over the charred remains of a life far too muddled to defend, I prayed to each and every pagan god for a chance to live an honorable life, however painful such mediocrity might be to that mean and futile incarnation. 1. Attempts to marry badly. I dreamed that you finally loved me, and that no jealous interloper divided us from our chance at petty immortality. Out of pity, the angels or the Arab jinn laid out a carpet on the floor or the sand and allowed me into God's big garden. Only the unstable moods of the commie can account for princes and their wives lending us castles, such that our stunted attempts to marry badly are facilitated in a style immorally ornate for paupers. No beggar was ever hated as I am. The suburban women and I stand awkwardly in the supermarket line, slyly admiring the same supermodels. Mutual distrust is such an honest thing. 2. The river of claustrophobia. I really still love you but won't call. It would be easy to fall back in love and then flee again and again. Among those not yet dead or dying, who isn't dousing the flame with hard liquor or smoking themselves crazy? The river of claustrophobia flows both ways. Your subterranean flight from intimacy is less obvious. You run without moving. My cowardice is a public thing. I'm still trying for deeper truth in advertising. The wealthy men are less defensive. They explain all games, every player, and why you are forever excluded. God made me out to spoil the plot. 3. No one mourns their deaths. Yes, we must broach the question, but not of love, but of bravery. You believe it's my duty to put my head into the guillotine as trusting proof. Hence, dear beauty, I remain aloof, a proud enemy of all that chivalry. How every dancer so much covets the costly real estate of the ethical high ground. Ours, my darling, looks less like a mountain top and more like a pitcher's mound. There may be hell to pay, but not today, not today. The children here speak so openly of their parents' corruption. Not one word issued from their hillside homes is believed. No one mourns their deaths. 4. Paradise which you refused. The human conscience, my own included, lives like a field mouse, all implicated in the grain that it stole from a farmer, implicated the moment the cat's claws and the hawk's merciless beak appear to execute some exaggerated justice. And so there stands the guilt before God of sinning, and an all too equal or maybe more extreme guilt, the guilt of the prude. Because to the prude the hound of heaven says over and over again, did I not send you paradise which you refused for a tiny scruple? I may ask you to murder your own son, and you agree in theory to go in infamy, to carry out my will, but you turn away from my command because of trivial sex? 5. Then instinct kicks in. How could you betray me with courtesy? How could you disown me with dignity? To this, you and I have no reply and plead no contest to every charge, abandoning all self-defense. Even your innocence will count as coldness and fecklessness. They even said of me and my young wife, we are sure they have a cold marriage. And after all that, you would have me dance with a satyr's lack of inhibition? Black tea is enough for me. Am I to claim I'm free? I fled the room, shut the door of doom. The suburban women gaze at me again, accepting now my pallor, my failing valor. Then instinct kicks in. Do not begin. God, let it be anyone at all but him.